Hey everybody, Radamon here. Thanks for tuning in to episode 3 of the Speedrun Challenge. So, I have some tips to go over before I get going. Epileptic Wolf mentioned that I really ought to add a door in the south here so that we don't have to run all the way around the base when we want to access something southbound, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Then Nami and Jose both mentioned that I ought to, given the heat in the base right now, remove the roof of the generator room. That was always really my plan. I was never really planning on having that be enclosed, but yeah. It is plenty hot in the middle of the summer, so we're going to go ahead and do that. And in fact, I'm going to keep these doors closed as well. So we'll get that done. Jacob also mentioned to remove the roof as well. I want to credit everyone with that tip. And then this door here is also closed, and that won't help with the passive cooler. So I'm going to close this door so that Wynn can benefit from a cooler bedroom. We've been dealing with a really bad sort of heat temperatures here, but soon this will all be better. This will be in a safer temperature, and oh, it already is. Perfect. Alright, as soon as JD wakes up, we'll get the changes in the construction over here done. Come on, JD. There we go. Alright, now I can add some additional passive coolers in the crafting room. It won't be as effective because, well, basically because it's a larger room and I'm not going to close off to the stockpile. But it will work. I'm going to forbid these other doors, so there's really no reason for people to try to travel through. We'll only leave one door open to refuel it periodically. I haven't really done any scheduling of tasks yet. Alright, JD, you are removing floors for steel. Babaloo, we're going to haul some steel for you. This node almost fully tapped, which is good. Wynn is in a comfortable temperature setting, so that will be good for productivity. And we're getting some additional cowboy hats crafted up to protect us from the heat. I'm going to have Babaloo force wear the next one. Because we really don't need heat stroke. That would set us back. Wow, outdoors it is 125. Holy moly, it's like easy big oven temperatures. No thank you. That sounds miserable. Alright, I can definitely lift the forced restrictions here. Everyone's got themselves a cowboy hat. That will increase their temperature comfort range considerably. In fact, Wynn is comfortable even in outdoor temperatures with her duster. And that was the intention of making both. Wynn honestly should give up the duster to Babaloo, so I'm going to force that. Babaloo is doing the most of the outdoor work, so he really ought to keep that on. JD is smoothing out the walls in the research room to make it a bit nicer. As you can see, the bedroom slowly is going to increase. Right now it's at 34. Every wall we smooth will increase by 1. Which is sort of free investment work, I guess. So you could think about it that way. And we're about to run out of the leather As you can see here, the heat wave is breaking. It's not quite as hot as it was before, which is good. Yeah, heat wave is over. Even the wings room here open, so it just doesn't cool down excessively. Bubbaloo's hauling the rest of the steel in. Next, I'm going to probably focus on components. But we'll have a nice, healthy surplus of steel here, which is great. And then I also will want to make a machining table. So if you look at the research I've gotten so far, blowback allows for gunsmithing. So we've had machining table and gunsmithing, and then blowback allows for auto pistols, machine pistols, stuff like that. And then we'll eventually get gas operation and precision rifling. And once I have precision rifling, I'm going to start making weapons. But I probably want to make sure that I'm able to make components first before that. So that will be another side task of mine. But I do know that I want a machining table no matter what. So we'll crank one of those bad boys up. And additionally, I'm going to add some tool benches. I'd rather have the work done quicker, I think, than leveling up my crafters more skillfully. So Bubbaloo's next task is going to be to run around the map, avoiding the bugs and getting components. Certainly easier said than done, I think. Now I have them all zoned to avoid the bugs. And then additionally, there is a steel node here and an ancient danger here that I will want to deal with as well. Well, now that the heat wave is over, the outdoor temperature isn't so brutal, and I can just keep these doors open to allow them to path through more rapidly. Now, if I check the bills, I can make bolt actions, but I'm not going to. They're not... their DPS pales in comparison to the DPS that I'm really looking for. Alright, sounds like Bubbaloo. I'm going to go ahead and cancel this for now. I don't want the steel as much as I want the components. Although I do want to mine that out so I have easier access to the ancient danger. So I'm going to do a quick search for compacted machinery that I might have overlooked. And make sure that everyone has tasks that I care about. So the next thing I want to do, task-wise, is to wall off... It will be a bit of a Frankenstein, but wall off my farm just so that it doesn't get burned or messed with. JD here has plenty of free time on his hands as I'm not currently constructing anything, so shouldn't be much of an issue to wall that off. Add a marble door there. And then additionally, I will add a wooden door here. And then for security, I'm going to add some spike traps. So we'll go with 4 spike traps here. And then 1 wooden door here to rearm them safely. It's a bit of a queue there. I guess I could put the door there. And if I want at some point in the future to roof it off and add a grow light, I can. But obviously I'll need to make it more grow light shaped, because with this current shape, I'm not utilizing all the zone very well. But this will do for now. Alright, so I do have gun turrets. Next up will be microelectronics. I was rushing towards gun turrets mostly because I wanted to make sure that... Oops. I wanted to make sure that I don't get unfairly attacked early game. But with the construction of these traps, that will keep a lot of the gun, will keep a lot of the attackers at bay. And I'll be able to survive a little bit better. Now, I realize it is wooden doors currently protecting me, and that's not particularly tough. Obviously wooden doors go down pretty easily. But if I leave this door open, the enemies will want to path into my base this way and not go through these wooden doors. So that's sort of the idea behind this. Just sort of trick them into a fake sense of security. So Win is working on microelectronics. Actually, before I work on microelectronics, let's do... I want EMP grenades. But I'm not currently generating enough power to power this on. So I need to remove things from the power grid before I do that. So I can flick off some lights. These coolers are both on high, so I really can't afford to turn them off. But we'll manage to turn this on without adding another wood fire generator. I'll have to figure that out. Bubbaloo here, his next task, speaking of wood fire generators, is going to be to cut down some local trees because I'm low on wood. So that would definitely be beneficial. As soon as I have a little bit more wood, I'll be able to build these wooden doors and protect myself from potential raiders. Look at you go, Win. Maybe I do need another copy here. I'm just gonna build another one. I think it's actually needed, as some of my AC coolers aren't even really working right now. So far, everyone's pretty much friends with one another. Some closer than others, but no hostilities, which is really good. I'm not going to worry about the plants at the moment. Does definitely make the bedrooms a little bit nicer, but it pulls from my ability to be more productive. All right, let's cancel that as well. All right, so we're machining an EMP grenade, and this is for the Ancient Danger, because I suspect that there will be some Ancient Danger action in there. And that's the way to get advanced components. There's really no natural, easier way to get advanced components other than to pop into that Ancient Danger. So if you're trying this out for yourself, that Ancient Danger is the way to get geared, in my opinion. Let's make these doors now. I suppose, considering this wood fire generator is on all the time, it doesn't really matter if this machining table is on or off. And then additionally, what I'm going to do is to machine up one mace, two more maces. That is definitely the fastest way to take down any mechs that are in this ancient danger. EMP grenade them, and then smash them to bits with uranium maces. So I'm not going to really wait until I have proper, better weapons. I'm gonna want to smash them ASAP. So the farm is now fully enclosed. Bubblu's next task is going to be to mine out the stuff that is blocking easy access to the ancient danger. Okay, definitely don't want a roof on this stuff. I'm not planning on grow lighting it. I just didn't want it to be easily accessed by enemies. Oh, this is kind of annoying. When everyone wakes up and gets ready to put out a forest fire. Oh, pain shock. Okay, good. Maybe we'll just let it bleed out on its own. Alright, so one more mace and we'll be set to go. I think what I'm going to do is wake these guys up to put out the fires because I don't want it to spread and remove my ability to cut down trees in the local area. It's just easier to spend a minute. So it looks like we're very easily powering everything on with just one generator, so I powered off the other generator. Use half the wood. Oh, flick this off, my bad. There we go. And we have our first raid of tribesmen. Or not first raid, but another raid of tribesmen, all three with bows. This is going to be really easy. They're just going to splat themselves against the defenses I have. They're attacking immediately. The previous raids walked through spiders and got themselves killed. Alright, Bubbaloo, you have a normal mace. Let's give you, you're the meleeer. Give you the good mace. JD and Win are also going to go for maces. That's the whole fight. Kin of Kinleague. Alright, so let's check this faction real quick. Kinleague is a savage tribe. I'm going to go ahead and capture one of these guys. Ideally, I'd want to be attacked mostly by mechs, so I'm going to attempt to befriend these guys by releasing prisoners. So prisoner, we are going to release you. Alright, Bubbaloo is mining away, trying to get access to that ancient danger because we're going to need it for microelectronics. Alright, Mr. Prisoner's all healed up. And we'll inter the other dead one here. Is there a marsh? Yeah, there's actually a marsh nearby. Let's do that. Weapons degrade in water even faster. So, bad weapons. Critically important that we put weapons that are bows of Poor or lower quality. Up there. So shallow water, unroofed, outdoors. The trifecta of get rid of this now. Says you will actually be able to visibly see how quick this degrades. We don't actually have a warden, so I'm just gonna put JD or Win. Maybe JD on wardening. He's escaping. That's actually fine. Just go ahead and escape. I'll even open the door for you. No, don't do that. You're an idiot. I opened the door for you. You killed yourself. And probably caused bad moods for everyone, right? No, maybe not. Well, you wasted a trap's worth of steel. Oh well. Alright, just getting our first hops. I'm going to switch research real quick to do beer brewing. You might seem it's weird to have sort of changed focus over to beer brewing when this is an efficiency run, but mood is something you definitely don't want to ignore when you are playing. So that's exactly what I'm doing here. Plant matters of everything will go into the freezer. And I think I'm going to pre-harvest these other ones. Inspirations and things like that are insanely helpful to get work done quick. Which is why I'm all about the beer, all about the Psychite tea. This challenge, I would say, in my opinion, is not so hard that you won't be able to accomplish it. As long as you min-max relatively well. And that's what I'm aiming for. Is a sort of relatively well min-max. JD, Lulu. Alright, Win. You're going to grab the EMP grenades. So what I'm going to do over here, I can do it in wood because mostly I don't care, is to set up a way for me to access the Ancient Danger without being smushed. So I need to mine this out. I'd ideally want them to walk through a lot of... have all the Scythers and Lancers walk through traps. And then EMP and smash the rest of them. So I have to make some room. I'm not going to wait for Bubbaloo to mine out all this stuff. I don't have that kind of patience. Plus, pretty soon I'm going to have to... I'm going to have to get the microelectronics. That's probably... 4 is probably enough. Alright, JD. Time for you to shine, my friend. So Win has the nades. Lulu's gonna get the mace. Even though they're not brawlers, the uranium ace is gonna out DPS a bow, hands down. I'm going to actually finally work restrict them. So what we're going to do is quick recreation around bedtime. I'm actually going to change it so they sleep a little bit less and then work throughout the day. And we'll see if that works for their meal schedule. If they really need to eat, they'll stop what they're doing and they'll return back. Well, we can always tweak and tinker if this doesn't work. Another thing I could do is just a little torch lamp here to help speed up Bubbaloo. I just properly got the Ancient Danger warning. We got beer brewing going. I'm going to do Psychoid tea brewing next. So, for beer brewing, we're going to need a brewer. That's a good question where to put it. I'll put it here. Hops, let's call this storage. Hop storage. Alright, so I'll just make this steel, because steel's around. The Tunnel of Mech Death is all set up. I'm going to stop making these marble blocks for a bit. And make wort forever. This is, what, a crafting job? A cooking job? I kind of forget. It's general work job. And then I'm going to need a place that is temperature controlled somewhat for production. So let's go and add another passive cooler. And then we can add some fermenting barrels to this room. And wort spoils pretty quickly, but not quick enough that we won't get a nice brew out of this. Alright, here's the forced rec time. This gets everyone to sort of converse with one another and improve moods. I should make a chest table soon for another rec type. And we need to refuel these passive coolers as well. So I think I'm almost ready. Wow, did that mining already. We're almost ready to go ahead and fire up the Ancient Danger. That might be the start of next episode. Not so happy about being woken up that way, but... 45 and 90 is a pretty wide target. Alright, JD. Sorry to do this to you. Wish I could have you relax some more. But I want my beer. Alright, that's one. Bubbaloo should be hunting the, components now. And another thing I could do to spruce up the place a bit is to mine the jade here. Alright, now that I don't have enough hops for... I'll change the priority and have them stash it away. Didn't really need the extra fermenting bench. Oh well. Okay, we're smoothing things out. I think this is about all the time I have. So next episode is going to be Ancient Dangering, so that I'm able to get the microelectronics going as soon as I can. I didn't go over all the tips I received, but I have received a lot of them, and I'm trying to incorporate them as fast as I can. If you have any feedback for me for this series, let me know. If you'd like to discuss it, hop on Discord. If you'd like to become a patron of mine, that'd be great. Just go to the website, rightonmont.com. It's a link on the screen right now. And if not, just liking, subscribing, and sharing this with your friends would be also quite helpful to me. Thank you all for watching. I'll catch you all next time. Adios.